Hey, I would greatly appreciate it if you could support my eBay shop. Simply go to ebay.com. In the search bar, type in Latrice Limited. Click on that and press shops and then support me. I have a wide variety of items on there. I have many of my own personal Latrice Limited items, which includes handmade items such as soaps, bath bombs, candles, essential oil blends. I got them in paint and sleep eye mask, got the lingerie robes and the teddies and a whole bunch of stuff, men's ties, a whole bunch of things. Okay, I would definitely appreciate it if you could go and support me. Now let's get into this video. So I actually wanted to talk about this whole thing of like what men want and the desirables and all that between eye candy and then you got the soul food. Okay, so I was actually having a conversation with my boyfriend and whatnot, and there's two different perspectives. Okay, so it was mine and then it was his. Okay, in how this translated and what this actually meant. So I was watching one of O'Shea's videos and someone made a comment. They were saying like, oh, well, men, they want eye candy, but you got to have the soul food in there too. You know, eye candy, strippers, IG models, stuff like that. Then you got the soul food. Those are just like your regular, average, everyday women and stuff like that, right? So how I took that was to mean like, okay, y'all want the eye candy and the soul food, so y'all want the Instagram models, y'all want her out here putting up the booty pics, y'all want her just doing all this because that's how she attracted you, was showing everything to you and being all up in your face in order for you to be like, you know what, let me give this girl a chance, right? And that's what you guys want. You guys want her out here doing all that because that's what she was doing to get you, and you're perfectly fine with it. Okay. Meanwhile, you also want her to be in the house. You want her to cook and you want her to clean and do all this or whatever, but you're okay with her being out here. On the flip side of that, I was talking to Max from his perspective is he wants a woman who is sending, like, let's say he's on the way home from wherever, right? He goes and she goes and she's sending, you know, some sexy pictures, some risque photos privately to him, not putting it out here for the whole world to see, to where I'm just sending it to your phone. There's no accidental, oh, I accidentally got on Snapchat, oh, I accidentally got on Instagram, I accidentally got on Twitter. None of that. Okay. So it's like, okay, you're sending me some sexy pictures, you know, you're not out here posting a whole bunch of pictures, you're not out here, you know, putting it out here for everybody. Okay. But then, you know, I have stability to that, to the point where I'm coming home and now I'm with you. Okay, now you're with me, now we're hanging out, blah blah. That's that stability that you need. But you know, you need a little freak, you know. But here's the problem, and this is also why I got kind of confused with it, because I look at it and I see, so here's the thing, I look at all this and I see the guys, they'll say, yeah, I want a nice stable woman, I want her to do this, right? You want that woman, right? But then you have her, but then you go and cheat on her with the women that are out here putting up the booty pics and doing all this other stuff. Okay, so it's like, okay, you say that that's not what you want, but then you do go and get it, you know. Then you have this whole kind of like, oh yeah, but you know, I mean, I'm a man, you know, so I always got to be out here. And no, I'm sorry, no, that is a lame excuse that you're using because you have no self-control. That's not an excuse. Oh man, I'm sorry, I punched you in the face. I mean, I just, you know, shit happens, right? No, you have no self-control. You don't just be out here. Everything has, every decision you can make has a consequence. So either if it's positive or negative. And in your case, you want to be out here cheating on your chick, and then, or male, whatever, you know, change your genders in this circumstance. It doesn't really matter. But here's the thing, you want to be out here cheating on your significant other, but then if they were doing the same thing, it's like, oh, you see, that's why you can't trust them. And it's like, wait, weren't you just doing that? How you going to say in the relationship that you're in or whatever y'all got going on, how you going to say, well, you shouldn't be out here, but then you're out here? And it's like that. So you want him or her to chill at the crib, meanwhile you out here in the streets running game on God knows who. Okay, why would anybody want to be with you? You know, so that's one of the things that I don't get. And then you have these same dudes that'll be like, oh, but you know, you got the high value men. You ain't no high value men. How much money you make in a year? Because from all the little things I've heard, especially if you're black, they're saying black men, most of them are making, when I say most, I mean like probably 95% of them are making less than $40,000 a year. So that's not you ain't high value. I mean, you could barely afford yourself. How you gonna be able to afford everybody else? So that's one of the things that I don't get, because you have that kind of weird double standard that's saying, oh man, we could just be out here, we could just do whatever, but we need you to be, looking sexy and all that, but you also need to go and make sure the house is clean and do all this other, but you also got to go to work too, because we got to pay this mortgage, right? It's like, wait. That makes no sense to me. That really makes zero sense to me, that you're going to be like, okay, well, I mean, you got to do this and you got to do that, but I could be out here and all I got to do is just show up, and that's what always gets me, because you have all these men that say, well, what does the woman bring to the table? What does she bring to the table? Well, what do you bring to the table? What are you really bringing to the table, yo? Well, I mean, we're splitting bills. And I got to be out here in the streets. What? Nah, I'd rather be single, yo. And that's what I was saying. I was like, yo, I'd rather be single than trying to be playing games with people. Because what people are not understanding as well, you got these dudes that's like, oh, well, you could be out here in the streets, da 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 da. You do realize sexual transmitted diseases are still around. Okay, so if you out here with whoever and you want your chick to be just sitting at the house, and who's to say that she ain't now out here because now you ain't at the home? And then whoever you messing with is out here, and whoever she's messing with is out here. So now we got the situation where we got probably 15, 20, 30 people in the mix. You know what I mean? Because who knows how many people this person slept with. And now we just brought diseases into a house because you got to be out here. Oh, I got to pray. I got to be on the hunt all the time. And then now you're trying to hunt down a freaking doctor to cure whatever the heck you just brought into this house. Nah, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. I'm sorry. I can't do that. It's just too much. It's too messy, but getting back to this whole eye candy thing and whatnot, like I said, the way that I looked at it was, okay, you have, a chick that's out here showing the booty pics and all this, da 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 da. And then you have the male's perspective of it, which is like, be sexy with me. Everyone else, you ain't gotta really do all that, but with me, yes, but I just feel like with this whole culture, this whole dating culture that we got going on, people look at the Kim Kardashians and, those kind of chicks and be like, oh man, that's where it's at. But then you go and complain, be like, man, y'all getting all these BBL surgeries. But then you'll be like, oh, I'll mess with Kim Kardashian if she was here. But man, y'all getting these breast surgeries and the BBLs and the lips. It's hypocrisy. You can't be saying, that's a hypocrite. Full on. You can't be saying, oh, I don't like this. But then someone has the thing that you don't like. And then now you like, oh, the way that she does it though. Nah, So that's one of the things that really get me. And it's like, I kind of just want it to be, and of course it's not going to change. People do what they're going to do, but something I would really like is that if you say, this is what I like, da 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 da, nothing wrong with looking, okay? But if you say, this is what I like, this is the kind of woman I like, this kind of man I like, then pursue that. Why are you entertaining all these other people? And if you want to say, I'm a good man, but I am, but then you're out here in the streets and you got a girlfriend or a pregnant wife or whatever you got going on. You got a whole situation over here. Why are you trying to be with somebody else? And that goes for males and females. Okay. I just feel like this, and it just comes down simple to this. Treat people how you want to be treated. If you don't want other people stepping out on you, then please don't step out on them. And don't be using any excuses. Man, I'm a man and I could do whatever. Okay, then let's say you got a gay couple and so that's now okay that they both are stepping out on each other. That's ridiculous. Let's not go and use the whole gender stuff as a reason as to why you can't keep in your pants.